Hi, welcome to ADI Technical Training. I'm Matthew. Today I'm in our technical lab at our UK hub in Chadderton, Manchester. Okay, let's get started. In this video we're going to look at how you add the Videx WS4 controller along with the Videx MTP Mifare reader. How do we add those controllers and devices to the Videx cloud? First of all, let's have a look at the wiring, how we need to get this connected. You can see there I have a WS4 with a reader connected. I'm using the Belden 9504, but you can use an 8723. From my controller, I'm going to a switch using a Cat5, Cat6. Connected to my switch, I have my internet connection. In my case, I've got a broadband connection. If it's commercial, you could be doing it through your client's network. But in any instance, you need an internet connection available to the controller. First thing we need to do is load up our internet browser. I'm using Chrome, and then we can get started in. So here we are on the home page of the WS4. So now we need to make some network changes, and that's going to allow the device to go through your client's router to have internet access to get onto the cloud. So what we have to do is go to settings and then to network. And within the network settings, you can make some changes. The first one I've made is I've changed it from DHCP to a static IP address, a fixed IP address. That means it will always have the same IP address. If it switches on or switches back off for mains failure or maintenance, when it reboots, it will have the same IP address. And that's a fairly important thing to do if you're going to browse into it. So there's the IP address I've assigned it. That's its mask, that's its gateway, that's its DNS server. You might need to speak to your client. If it's got a commercial network, you might need to speak to your client about getting that information. This is the MAC address of the device if you ever need to discover it on the network. The other settings you need to change is the web server. You need to enable HTTPS. So you can see at the top here, I've got HTTPS enabled there. And then switch on the DYN DNS, the dynamic DNS settings. Once you enable that, the boxes will turn from red to green, showing here, for instance, it's okay. And it'll also show you external IP address as well. Once you've made those changes, at the top there, you can see you got your save tag. Just click on that, and that will apply any saves, any changes. And that's it within the WS4 software for the time being. That's all the changes you need to make. The other changes you need to make would be in your router. Let's have a look at that. What we're going to do here is have a look at the router, the port forwarding settings of your router. Now, it would be impossible to show an example for every router because everything's different. For instance, I can use 3 or 4 different networks to get my devices online, and all the routers have different settings. So instead, what I've got here is the instructions, the PDF from the manufacturer about the WS4, and it just shows you some of the settings you need to apply in your router. So first of all, what's the IP address of the device? So 192.168.1.42 in this case, which is a WS4. And also, how are you going to connect? What's the protocol? TCP/UDP, the external port number, 10400, 10400, and the internal port number, 443 to 443. Those are the ports you need to open and enable on your router. And doing that will enable the device to go through the firewall, your router's firewall, and connect to the cloud service. Now let's have a look at the cloud service. So we need to log on to the Videx portal service and register. So simply put your username in, your email address and so on. And if you fill that information in, you press submit, and it will simply send an email to your account confirming you're online, but you don't need to wait for anything. So once you've entered your information, as I'm doing here, you press submit, and it says it accepts the application, and then simply click on go back, and then you can log into the web service and start going. Okay, so I've clicked back and I'm going to log in. There's a splash screen. We just need to click on the corner there, add group, and you type in the group name, create a group name. So let's call this ADI. And there's a contact phone number, contact email. Once we've done all that, we then need to add a controller. What's the name of the site? The serial number of the device. So that's the, if you look on the WS4 device, it gives you the serial number. It's a 6-digit number. Or you can look on the box, or you can look on the PCB. It's all available there. Any other information you might need to add in there, the site address, the contact details, the town, the postcode. Then a username, which should always be admin, and passwords. Set all your passwords the same. Makes life so much easier. However, it's asking for the username and password of this software, and then the API password, which is the WS4 password. So enter that one in. Once you've entered all that information in, that's basically the remote login for your controller. So once that's all done, click on Add WS4, and that will add that WS4 controller to the cloud service. So let me finish typing some details in here. It's a good idea to add them in case you had many, you've got all the contact details. So let's add that controller, and there we go. That's the controller now added. So if I click on connect to that site, it will take me straight into my controller. There we go. And if you look at the top, I'm not showing the full address, but if you look at the top there, you can see it's my external IP address and the port number. And that's it now. The device has connected through the cloud. So from anywhere around the world, I can log into the Videx portal. I can click on my site. I can click on connect, and it will take me to my WS4 controller for that particular site. Installers rely on ADI. The ADI projects and technical teams offer a pre-configuration service. Any project size from a single device or to a complex system. Any IP device can be configured from our central hub using our technical and projects teams. Having your device pre-configured will save engineers time on site. We can set your IP address, the gateways, and in addition we'll make sure your device has the latest firmware on board. Simply get in touch with your ADI sales contact or email the projects team. Thanks very much for watching. All the products mentioned in this training video can be found on our website. Links are below. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks very much.